Oh, hello everyone! Welcome back to Cruelty Free A to Z, a judgment-free zone where we learn all about what it means to be cruelty-free. Now, I'm sure it's pretty obvious, and you guys must notice, I'm in a little bit of a different setup. We got a little bit of a different background going on, and that is because I moved! I am no longer in my parents' house, and I have moved to an apartment in the city. And so that is what this video is about. This is going to be, right before I moved, I filmed a declutter of my entire makeup collection. Now, fair warning, that is going to include some of my non-cruelty free makeup, and I will let you know specifically what that is throughout the video. But I absolutely love watching declutter videos so much, so I figure I'm gonna film one. I need to declutter before I move anyway. So that is what today's video is gonna be. You're gonna be watching the declutter before I moved. Firstly, I would also like to apologize for the sparse background. We're still settling in, we're still figuring it out. There was just a hurricane and I just flooded twice actually, so still getting into things. So hopefully this will be a better setup soon, but for now, let's get into the declutter. Alrighty, so this is what we're working with in regards to the majority and the bulk of my makeup collection. But then we also got going on over here, all this fun stuff, this mess, some stuff up here, my brushes over here. So as you can see, not only does this need a declutter, but it also needs a reorganization for sure. So that's what we're hopefully going to be working on today. So starting with sunscreens, I have the Super Goop Glow Screen Sunscreen SPF 40 and the Super Goop Resetting 100% Mineral Powder SPF 35. Got both of these this summer. Will be keeping both of these for sure. I think they definitely serve different purposes. This is kind of an everyday thing for me. This is if it's really hot and I'm sweating and want to reset. It's really good for resetting your sunscreen, reapplying your sunscreen at the beach. And also, my cousin, the makeup artist, told me that this is really good for putting sunscreen on your hairline, on your scalp and stuff like that, because it's kind of like dry shampoo-y. It's not that gross, oily, sunscreeny kind of thing, so it's really good to protect your scalp. So keeping both of these for sure. And then this is not cruelty-free, but this is the Clinique Pepstart Daily UV Protector Broad Spectrum SPF 50. I have had this for a while, so I will finish it up and then not repurchase it. So next we're going to be talking more about primers and pre-foundation type things. So this is the NYX Honey Dew Me Up Glow Oil kind of thing with gold flecks. I got this probably like 8 or 9 years ago, used it once. I think it caused some kind of reaction, have not used it since, so I will be getting rid of this. It honestly probably is expired by now anyway, so this is going. Keeping with NYX, I just got the NYX Angel Veil Primer. Will be keeping this. I have the Milani Prime Perfection. So this, I don't think they make it anymore, but I literally just found this at CVS and I really like it as a hydrating primer, so I'm definitely gonna keep it. I just bought this new one. I have the Touch and Soul No Problem Primer, which I will absolutely be keeping. The e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, which clearly I use a lot. Really love that. And the Marc Jacobs Undercover Blurring Coconut Face Primer in 31 Blur Faction. Love this too. So I absolutely get use out of all of these, so I will be keeping all of these, but I will be decluttering the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I used it a few times. I don't think my skin reacted well to it, and it is also not cruelty-free. Let's see. Yeah, I used it a good amount, but I will be getting rid of this. Really simple and easy. I only have 2 setting sprays, the NYX Dewy Finish Long Lasting Setting Spray and the Milani Make It Dewy Setting Spray. Can you tell I like dewy? And I will be keeping both of these. I'm almost out of this NYX one. I don't know if I'll be repurchasing this. I have actually repurchased it a couple of times, but the spray is not as fine as I would like it. I definitely feel droplets on my face. So the Milani Make It Dewy I just got. Really enjoy it. And side note, it is pretty fragranced and perfumey. I haven't found that it has irritated my face, but if you don't like anything fragrance, definitely stay away from this. It has a very nice fine mist, so easy peasy keeping both of these. Next, for my foundations, I have the IT Cosmetics CC Cream Your Skin But Better in SPF 50 in the shade Fair. Love this, use it all the time, definitely keeping this. I have the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer in the shade Fair 3W. Once I finish this up, I probably won't repurchase it again. I have found that for something that's supposed to be hydrating and a tinted moisturizer, I find it really clings to dry patches that I have on my face. So for when my skin is doing fine, it's great, but when I have the dry patches, I really don't like this, so I probably won't repurchase it again. I do like how light it is. I don't love full coverage kind of things. So I will finish this up, but again, I won't repurchase it. Next, I have the Flower Beauty Get Real Serum Foundation. This I did not like at all. I thought it was kind of a nothing. Like, it takes so much to build it up. When you put it on your face, the first layer, it's like you literally put nothing on your face. I think maybe that's kind of more what serum foundations are. So maybe I just don't like serum foundations, because if I'm gonna do skincare, I wanna get an actual skincare product. So I will be getting rid of this. And lastly, this is not cruelty free. I've had this for a while, the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. I will absolutely be keeping this until I use it up, and again, won't be repurchasing it because L'Oreal is not cruelty free, but while I have it, I'm still definitely gonna use it. Going into concealers, obviously Tarte Shape Tape. I can't even tell you how many times I've repurchased this now at this point, so obviously this is staying, like, no question. I have the Milani Conceal and Perfect Concealer, which I have been really enjoying. This shade is a little bit dark for me, but it's been good for the summer, and I like it a lot, so I'm still gonna keep this as well. It's a nice drugstore alternative. I don't know if it's necessarily a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape, but I like them both. They're both thick, full coverage. Next, I have the L'Oreal Pro Conceal Concealers. This I use as a concealer. This I use as a cream bronzer. I don't know if I would purchase this shade again as a cream bronzer. I have other cream bronzers, but I'm gonna use it up, so I'm gonna keep it until I finish it. And then this I've been really liking as an everyday kind of concealer. It is full coverage as well. It's very, very inexpensive. I find that I don't even need to use a powder with this. I actually don't like using a powder with this. This is really good for everyday, just like apply it and go kind of a thing. So I enjoy using that. Next, I have the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer Satin Finish. I haven't used this in a little bit. I didn't like this. I don't like the hydrating camo concealer. I heard on TikTok that this was a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape, but I think that's just the regular 16-hour camo concealer, not the hydrating one. I find that this gets pretty creasy, so I think I'm actually gonna get rid of this one. And lastly, I don't even know what brand this is because it's so old. Couldn't even tell you. It's all wiped off. It's this dual-ended green and my skin color concealer. I've had this for so many years. It's all out of the concealer on this side, but I kept it for the green concealer, but I still haven't used it in so long, so honestly this just needs to be thrown out at this point. It is old and expired and garbage. Going into powders, no surprise, I will be keeping the Marc Jacobs Finish Line Invisible Perfecting Coconut Setting Powder. I absolutely love this. I use this in every single one of my videos. I love how finely milled it is. It is so blurring and perfecting and lasts so well. Very, very sad that they are discontinuing all their makeup and I won't ever be able to repurchase this again, but I love it. If you find it anywhere, definitely pick it up. Next, I have the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Perfecting Powder. I don't love pressed powders and it actually feels pretty smooth. I've used it and I don't think I loved it when I used it, but I think I might want to give it another chance. And if I don't like it, then I will get rid of it. Then we are getting into the non-cruelty free part of it, the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder. It has a weird fragrance. You can see I have so much of it left and I've had this shameful moment for a couple of years and you can see how much product is in it. So I'm going to use this until I finish it up and then not repurchase it, obviously, but since I have it, I might as well use it. I am, however, going to get rid of the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent Powder. I've used it a bunch of times and I have found that I just don't love how it works on me. I think it's like a little too drying and mattifying for me. Ignore this because if you'll see my Wet n Wild video, you'll see why these aren't truly cruelty free. And lastly, I have the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation for normal to oily skin, which you wouldn't think would be good for me. I like setting my under eyes with this, not the rest of my face, because it really does set my under eyes pretty well. I don't use it often, but I've been starting to use it a little bit more. So since I have it, I might as well continue to use it. And so these are my 4 setting powders that I have right now. Moving on with brow products, I only have 3 brow products because I am nothing if not loyal to my brow products and very, very particular. So I have the NYX The Brow Glue, which I have been using every single day to set my brows. I absolutely love it. I think it makes your brows look so natural and feathery and keeps them in place without being too like crunchy. Love this, absolutely keeping it. Of course, I have my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz currently out of it right now, so I'm about to repurchase a new one in the shade Ebony because this really is the only brow product I use. If you'll see in my M video, I also had the Milani brow pen, but for some reason, it seems after I used it, I immediately lost it. So if I find it, I will also be keeping that to use it a little bit more and try it out and see if I like it more. So if I find it, I'm gonna keep it. I don't know if I'll repurchase it, but if I find it, I will absolutely use it. And lastly, I have the Makeup Revolution, this soap brow thing. What is it called? Yeah, just Revolution Soap Brow. I just got it recently. I've used it like once and I used it with the brush that they provide, but I think I really want to try it with a spoolie. I didn't love it with this brush. So again, I'm going to try it out with a spoolie and see if I like it because I think it could potentially be a dupe for other higher end soap brow products. So now getting into bronzers, I have the Marc Jacobs Omega Bronze bronzer in the shade Tantric, which is just so awesome. It's a little orange for me. A lot of my bronzers are a little orange for me, but for this one I don't really care because it blends out so well. You get so much product and I got it for really cheap at Marshall's. So again, go get all your Marc Jacobs products right now before the brand is discontinued forever. So absolutely keeping this one. Next, I have the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. You can see how old it is, and I used it. This was my only bronzer for the longest time, and you can see there's like not even a dent in there. There's so much product for something so small. It still smells sweet, like how it came. And I actually had a second one of these, this size, and I gave it to my mom, and she uses it, and it's so old, but it's still so good. It's probably a little old. I probably should get a new one, honestly. But until I do that, I'm going to be keeping this one and will likely repurchase because this is just a really good shade for me, really good bronzer. Next, I just got the NYX Matte Bronzer. I got it as a free gift from Ulta. So I have only used it once. I think you can see it is pretty orange. I will likely have already posted my end video, so I've already used this in that video. Haven't filmed it yet though, so I'm gonna use this to film that video, and if I like it, then I'll keep it. If I decide I don't like it, then I will get rid of it. And lastly, I just got the Persona Cream Bronze Multi-Stick in the shade Dune. They only have 2 shades, so you can see this is not as orange as others, but it still is a little orange, but I have been just really into cream products, and this one blends really well, so I'm definitely gonna be keeping this. All right, I went from like one cream blush to so many cream blushes. I have just so many, and I love pretty much every single one of them. This, I do not think they sell this anymore. This I got in a BeautyCon subscription box. How many years ago? 5 years ago now. I love this. I love this. I love this. I've loved this for so long. This is Bright Idea Illuminating Stick in the shade Rose Petal Pop. Definitely a shimmery blush. I don't know if you can adequately see these swatches in my lighting that I got going on now, but I love this so much. I will absolutely not be getting rid of this. You can see I have a crack going on over here. I've had this for so long, not going anywhere, and I'm devastated that they don't sell this, so I can't repurchase it. I recently got the ColourPop blush sticks in this corally shade. What shade is it? Under Pressure. And I don't know if I would repurchase a ColourPop blush stick. It's a little bit stiff, but I still like this. I like this shade. And so I will use this. I'm gonna keep this because I have been using it and I will continue to use it. It's a great summer shade. Next, my best friend Rachel got me the Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Storm a few years ago, and I still love it because this is so dark. It's definitely a little dark for me. We love berry shades though, you can see, but I only need a little bit and it blends out like a dream and still has a beautiful kind of seamless natural color on me. So of course this is staying. Not even a question. Next, I have the NYX Sweet Chic Soft Tint Blush Mousse in the shade Baby Doll that I also recently just got. You can see I haven't even opened it as a free gift from Ulta. I got it with the matte bronzer. I will be using this in my next video that you probably will already have seen. And so if I like it then I will keep it, but I still need to try it out. And then I have my Honest Beauty Cream Blush in the shade Rose Pink. Again, you'll see my Honest Beauty video. I did think Honest Beauty was cruelty-free. Turns out, maybe not. Oh, got some brush hairs in there. Sorry that you're seeing that. This is such a beautiful color, but I cannot, unfortunately, recommend Honest Beauty products because they're kind of a little dicey as to their cruelty-free status, but while I have it, I'm absolutely gonna use it. So this I'm not sure about. This is Vapor Organic Beauty. It is a multi-use kind of cream. It could be like a blush and also a lip in the shade or a multi-use or in the shade Spark. It's a nice color. You can see I've put my finger in it, but I've never actually used it. It kind of almost has like a weird smell. Yeah, it has like a smell that I don't love. I don't love my blushes to be fragranced, but I think it's very natural and organic. I might save it just because it starts with V, so for later on to do a video with V. So this is gonna be a maybe. And now getting into my powder blushes, I have this MAC Julia Petite, a collaboration blush. It is kind of a corally pink shade with a champagne shimmer tint. I've had this for years and years and years and years, and this was like a really good everyday blush. Let's see if you can see that. Yeah, it's very orangey. It's looking a little expired, like it was not that dark. I might have to get rid of this. It might just be too old. I just smelled it. It doesn't smell weird. This is gonna be a maybe. I might just have to get rid of this. Next, I have the Bobbi Brown blush in the shade Pretty Pink. I never use this. It looks a little bit too pink for me, and so I'm gonna get rid of this one. And then we have my all-time favorite powder blushes, the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour blushes in the shade Party and Magic. Party is just my absolute favorite everyday go-to shade. It is subtle, but still gives my face a good tint. And then Magic, let's open this. It looks a lot brighter in the pan than it actually is. Let me see if I can show you. It's a lot more subtle. You can see it's like not very pigmented, so it blends out very subtly on the cheeks, which I actually really like. So you can build it up a little bit more or just keep it very subtle, and Party is just my everything. So I will absolutely be keeping both of these. And lastly, for powder blushes, I have the Milani Baked blush in the shade Luminoso. And I just recently got this and I've been enjoying it. I think it's especially really great for summer. I think, honestly, this is what the MAC blush possibly used to look like, and now it doesn't. And so I guess because I have this, I am gonna declutter the MAC one. And again, MAC is not even cruelty-free, so I'm gonna keep this. So next we have highlighters. I only have two individual highlighters. I have Becca Champagne Pop. This was my very first highlighter. I have had it for so long. And you can see I have a dent in it, obviously, but I have not even hit pan. I really want to try and get another one of these before Becca goes out of business forever, because this is just has been my go-to highlighter for years. I love it. Champagne Pop, you know it, you love it. It's a classic. Obviously, I'm keeping this. And then this is a Laura Mercier highlighter in the shade Indiscretion. So this is not cruelty-free. Warning, Laura Mercier is not cruelty-free, but I got this as a gift a couple years ago. Since I have it, I'm going to use it. It's actually a pretty subtle highlighter. So I like this, honestly, as like an everyday kind of a thing. I don't even know how that swatch looks. It looks pretty good. It's not like wildly blinding, but I still like it and think it looks good on me. So since I have it, I am going to use it, but obviously I will not be purchasing anything from Laura Mercier. Now getting into face palettes, I have this little one from e.l.f. It is their Bite Size Blush and Highlight little duo in the shade Cantaloupe. And I just smooshed it. I have been really liking this. I've been using this highlighter every single day. The quality is not like amazing. Like you can see, I really had to kind of like dig in, and it doesn't feel very like smooth, but I really like how it looks on my cheeks for every day. And this blush, I did not think I was gonna like an orange blush, but while I've been a little bit tanner, I have been really liking using this summer. I don't know if it would be a good winter shade for me, but definitely a good summer shade. So 100% keeping this. I still think it's really good for something that's only like $2 or $3 at the drugstore. Next, I have this Kiko Milano Smart Eyes and Cheeks palette, but I keep it in my kind of face palette section. I keep it in my face palette section because the main thing is the blush, even though I always forget about it and never use it. I need to because this is definitely a very me shade for the blush. I used it in my K&L video, and then I actually also really like to use this eye shade as a highlighter sometimes. These are very beautiful shimmers. You can see, look at that, they're really, really nice. And I also really like the blush, so absolutely keeping this. And then I will not be keeping the Flower Beauty Lift and Sculpt palette if you'll see my F video. I did not like this at all. I thought these were very chalky and I just did not like the formula. So I'm getting rid of this for sure. And lastly, I have the Charlotte Tilbury Instant Beauty Palette. My cousin, the makeup artist, gave this to me. Again, you'll see my Wet n Wild and Charlotte Tilbury video and see how Charlotte Tilbury is no longer cruelty-free fully. But since I have this, I really enjoy using this. I like the highlighter and the blushes and the contour shade. I really never use the eye shades. I use the face stuff from this. So since I have it, I'm going to use it, but obviously will not be purchasing anything from Charlotte Tilbury. These are my mascaras. I'm just going to try and go through them really quickly. Ashton's Lash Princess, yes, of course, love it. I have two of the CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume mascaras, one in black and one in brown. I'm going to get rid of the brown one. I have the CoverGirl Lash Warrior mascara, which I have been really loving, especially as an everyday mascara, so definitely keeping this. I have the Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara, really like this, also keeping it, good everyday mascara. The Marc Jacobs Lash Lifting and Volumizing Mascara, I don't use this, it's pretty old, I'm just gonna throw it out. And then my two non-cruelty free mascaras, I have the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara and the Maybelline Lash Sensational. I purchased these before I went cruelty free, which is a few months ago, so they're probably not good anymore, but I don't really care. I still use these and I'm gonna finish them up and then not repurchase them. Next I have my eyeliners. I'm just gonna dump all of these out, honestly. I have my two liquid felt tip pen liners that I absolutely love. I have the Ico Black Magic and the Flower Beauty Forever Wear Winged Liner. Both of them I love wholeheartedly. These are my absolute top two favorite eyeliners, period, so definitely keeping them. I just got the Pixi Endless Silky Eye Pen in this plum shade, and really it is so silky. I don't even know if you can fully see. It is gorgeous. I literally just got this. Oh, it does not, well, whoopsie. It does not look very plum right now on here, but it is really like this, keeping that. Okay, so these these Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencils, I have had for an embarrassingly long time. My aunt got these for me for the holidays probably 9 years ago. It was a set. It's pretty embarrassing, and I neither need nor use these. So I'm gonna go through and decide which ones I want to keep and which ones I want to declutter. Okay, so I'm decluttering these three in the shades Faint, because it really is so faint. Glitter Rock, I just never use this. And in Perversion, the black one, and I also got rid of the smaller one because that was just old and so gross. And I'm keeping these in the shades Moon Spoon, because I feel like it's good to just have a gray one just in case. Gonzo and Vacancy, you can see these are smaller. I've definitely used these a lot. I like using Stargazer as like a lower waterline liner. Voodoo and Lust are good purple ones that I like, and honestly, they still glide on pretty well, so I'm gonna keep them. Mugshot, which is right here, I just think it looks really beautiful, and Smoke Out, which is, I think, my most used out of all of these. And this Pixi is potentially a good drugstore dupe for the Urban Decay 24/7 liners. I don't even know this brand. I got this in a, what is it called, in a Beautycon box, Jante Blue. eyeliner pencil in electric blue. I have never used this, I don't think, and I don't anticipate using it, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. I have, I think my cousin the makeup artist gave this to me, the Stila Sparkle Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. Not my thing, don't really like it. Gonna get rid of it. I have the Ilia Shadow Play Pure Eyeliner Pure. It's kind of this like navy shade. I did not like this liner. It is very stiff. You can see not creamy, very dry. Have not used this since I first tried it, will not. I then have the NYX Eye Pencil in just this white shade, just as a good kind of lower waterline white shade, so definitely keeping that. And this I just got from Essence, the Long Lasting Eye Pencil, because I have it in a brown shade. I think it's called Espresso, potentially. I don't know where it is right now, and if I can't find it, then I'm just gonna repurchase it because I really like the brown eyeliner. But this is a really good quality eye pencil, and I like blue eyeliner, as you can see from these over here, so I will be keeping this as well. Then I have the Ulta Gel Eyeliner in Blackout, not cruelty free, if you'll see my fake cruelty free brands, but it is a good gel liner. Since I have it, it might be something that's good to keep, so I think I'm just gonna keep that. All right, we'll start with lip balms. This is gonna be really easy, keeping all of these. My absolute favorite lip balms are the Shea Moisture lip balms. All of these, they kind of do the same thing, even though they say they do different things. Fabulous, I don't use anything else. But for a tinted lip balm, the e.l.f. Hydrating Core Lip Shine in Happy is my everything. I will be repurchasing this forever and ever. Oh, lipsticks and lip glosses. This isn't even everything. I have stuff off screen over here. Oh, forgot to take that liner off. I have stuff off screen over here even still. I actually recently went through all my lip products and decluttered, so I think this is gonna be more of just a collection than a declutter, but I'm gonna go through it anyway. All right, so starting with lip glosses, I'll just go really quickly. I have the not cruelty-free Sephora Lip Gloss in Clear. This really is my only clear lip gloss, and I actually really like it, so I'm gonna keep it. I have the Stila Beauty Boss Lip Gloss in the shade Elevator Pitch that I think I also got in a BeautyCon box. It's just really cool, I think, like holiday red lip gloss with glitter and a shift. Will be keeping this. I have these two ColourPop glosses. This is their Old Gloss formula that I really like. I'm gonna use these up, and if this isn't already used up, I actually have to smell these. Yeah, they smell okay. So I'm gonna keep these until I use them up, and obviously can't repurchase them. I also have the ColourPop Luxe Gloss, which I don't love. Are these the same thing, basically? Fantasia and Eclectic? You know what? Yes, and I really didn't like the Luxe Gloss, so I'm actually gonna get rid of it. Wow, go me. I have the Douce Cosmetics Lush Lip Gloss in the shade. Okay, no shade, but it's this no shade, Nadine, no shade. No shade, but it's this one. I love it. It's a fabulous go-to everyday lip gloss. Love it, love it, love it. Staying. I have the e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss in the shade Peach Bellini. Really like this. It really, really burns when you first put it on, but then it goes away, and it's really good. Keeping this. I have the two Makeup Revolution times Friends lip glosses in the Phoebe collection, keeping both of these. Great formula, great colors. Essence Shine 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 lip gloss, Wet Look lip gloss in the shade Bright On. Keeping this. I actually like it, and it smells like raspberries. I have the iconic London lip gloss in the shade Lip Plumping Gloss. Excuse me. Okay, I don't know what shade this is. I never use it. It's a nice berry shade. It probably is good for the fall winter season. I can't see myself using this, so I'm gonna get rid of it. I've had it and haven't used it. Next, I have the Ulta Super Shiny Lip Gloss, not cruelty free, in this red shade. I don't even know where I got this from, in the shade Berry, but it is very red. Oh, is this bad? No, still good. Not cruelty free, so whenever I repurchase it, but while I have it, gonna use it. Of course, the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Orange Sickle. Love everything about this formula. Keeping it. The Milani Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper. You know what? As much as I didn't like it in my lip gloss video in the shade Luminoso, as much as I didn't love it, I think I ranked it last in my lip gloss video. I've been using it a lot. It still is very gloppy, goopy, but I'm gonna use it up actually, I think. And this is another one of my all-time favorite lip glosses, the Buxom Lip Plumping Gloss, or Lip Cream. I think that's what it's called, Full On Lip Cream, excuse me, in the shade Hot Toddy. When I run out of this, I will absolutely repurchase this. This is the best Your Lips But Better, at least for me. So that's all the glosses. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed watching that declutter. I know, I love watching declutters. I had fun doing it. It was definitely much needed. And as always, please, would absolutely love if you would comment down below anything you liked, didn't like, things you want to see. Like this video, please, and subscribe, because I would love to have you be one of my cruelty-free cuties. And of course, you can always contact me via email and Instagram, and I will see you next time.